Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to do our our little morning report here. Everybody's had their initial feeding. Of course, they all want more, including Ely. Little white guy's coming along nice. Little yellow guy's continuing to decline. Failure to thrive right there. It's too bad. I've hit him with every treatment I can get my mitts on, and nothing turned him around, and he poos clean. So no one else has a problem. I think he just has an eating disorder, and it's an unfortunate thing, but it happens with these fish. You buy up enough of them, you'll run into a couple like this. He won't eat what he needs to eat in order to grow, and he won't eat it. And then he's got fussy eating habits. He seems to have some kind of, oh yeah, they're sparring. He seems to have some kind of maybe visual defect, so when he's trying to, I should put some food in so you could watch it. It's sad, but he tries to pluck things out of the air and he misses. And he tries and he misses. And he just can't aim. So he has to wait for the food to land and then he eats. But he's slow about that too. And I've been like that since I brought him home. Just bad eating habits. I was catching up to him over the months. So he's been doing that like half a year. And he's not growing because of it. He should be as big as this one right here. That orange one. He should be exactly like that orange one or that other one back there. He should be in that range, and he's just not. You can see he's starting to do the owl eye thing, so he'll get encephalitis and he'll die. Halfway think I should just end it for him now, because that's probably a horrible death, but I don't know. Maybe he'll turn around. That's what I keep telling myself. But I guess we'll see. Let's go see how they're doing downstairs. Here's the breeding station. I've decided to give them a little more privacy, but everything's looking good there. We always check our tags. No problems. The light's yellow right now. There's no problem there. And here's the fishies. Looks like someone's looking at the cone, but there's nothing there that I can see. They should fire off any time now. Might even be today. We'll see. Here's the new tank. It's actually just like my 90-gallon, same make and everything. More intact lid. And got a nice light on it too. Decent heater. Had to put my own filter on because I took the canister off it. But I put a seeded filter on it from this tank. And then the gravels in there are seeded from it. That's the gravel that came from here. So still looking a little foggy on the new tank syndrome. So I gave it a good clean, but it's catching up. And probably another day. I could water change it, but that's never a good thing when you're in this situation. You just let her go. So it'll catch up. And of course, this tank's clear as a bell. It's down one filter, but it's got these filters are rated for 75 gallon. So and then it's also got a UV, so it'll be okay. And there's nothing in it but a snail right now, big old apple snail. Alfie the apples now. Got a 65-gallon tank all to himself. Everything's looking beautiful up here. Here's my little guy, Oscar, in the top 75-gallon. This tank is connected to the big Oscar downstairs, so in a way they're probably smelling each other. And now, a very knowledgeable fish keeper messaged me last night in a random sort of anonymous way. I don't, you know, I could just tell by the person's words. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. And that individual was looking down here at. I should have the quote in front of me so I could read it out to you. You just read what the individual said, and he or she is on point, like knows their stuff, you know. So here's the fin arrangement up here. I'm curious if this one's a boy, based on the fin overlap observation that he or she made. Let me go see if I can find that comment and I'll read it. And that individual said this. So if Bruce is a girl, is this little guy a boy? Now I know that somebody with experience can look at fish and distinguish boy and girl with a high degree of certainty, even when it's difficult. Because there are people who can do it. I also know that when I look up the topic, they say you have to vent them. There's no way to know. So, I don't know. But for someone who knows how to spot it, like the kind he or she who sent me that message last night, do you think this one's a boy? And we're going to have a look at Bruce. And Bruce might need a name change, but if Bruce is a girl, I'm hoping this is a boy for down the road, because that would be nice. I would like to have a boy and a girl, for obvious reasons. Now that fin overlap, or lack thereof. I'm using a different camera today. It's a better camera, but I have to learn how to use it. And it's not, it doesn't have very good autofocus, but I'm figuring out how to target it, so you get a better result with this camera. Looks like his wounds are lightening up a little. So horrible that he see him scarred up like that, but should be gone a few more days, I think. Takes a discus about 4 days, but he's a bigger fish, and those are bigger scars than I've ever seen a discus have. So he's still not really taking much for food. He's just not really interested much in food. Although the pellets, no, they look like Filter's got them. I only put a couple. But, you know, he's got lots of meat on him. He could probably go a while without eating, and he's just gone through probably the most strange experience of his life in the last couple days. Adjusting to a new environment. But yeah, fin overlap. It's very interesting stuff. But you can tell the person who wrote that knows their Oscars. Oh, go for it, buddy. Go get it. I got the flow set up to kind of keep the food moving, to make them make it visible and enticing. But even that's not working. At least it keeps the food moving around. See, there's another one. We'll keep it up in the middle here. Keep pushing it around. At least that's the idea. My other Oscar would have ate all that stuff in 3 seconds flat. So I know that he's just being a little bit of a still pouting. But last night we were getting some attitude. It was check my last live stream last night, where I say I'm just chilling. He's flared up and showing all the items in the tank. Who's boss? Really enjoying this fish. There's a lot more to them than I thought. My father had a couple when I was young, but that was so long ago. And they never got this big. Nope. And I thought his were big. I thought his was what big was. No idea. Absolutely, I had no idea. Up close, my own eyes, I've never seen one this big. And when you see the pictures, everyone's got like 400-gallon tanks, so you don't realize they're actually this big. So let that be a lesson. That's one he's probably not even done growing. That's one near adult Oscar in a 75-gallon tank. You could probably put two, but they would be, if they were mating, this is probably an ideal size. So there's that. But yeah. It's getting to the point I intend not to make a long video. I was like, I'm just going to make a 5-minute guy real quick and show everybody what's going on. But I can't help it. I can just stare at them all day. I don't mind recording while I do it. See? Yeah, this camera's nice. Like, that's some really nice video right there. I'm going to really start using this one more often. I don't like how it's dealing with the light control. I got to figure out that part of things. But it's a little more complicated, this one. It's very high end. But yeah, no, water's doing good. I tapped in his, this is the sun that was on this tank over here. And it was more than one trade deep in brown sludgy mud gooey stuff. It was very thick in there, so but amazingly I cleaned it up and it worked good. I found that this bar with these tiny holes is crap because it's the tiny holes are slowing down the flow. At first I thought I could just drill them out, but that would be a lot of work, so I just pulled the son of a bitch off, pardon my language. And when you pull it off, look at that. There's some good flow coming out of that. So I just pointed it sort of across the water there. And that has to increase the flow rate, which makes that little unit better, in my opinion, with this thing off. It's gonna both take in the water harder and faster, so it's picking up more dirt, and it's gonna spit it out harder and faster, so you get better agitation. So I'm running it just like that now. I think it's the best way. If you have one of those and you're using the spray bar, pull the sucker off and give it a shot. I think its efficiency goes way up if you do that. Just a hunch though. Not bad for a cheap little unit. And there's nothing wrong with running a canister filter on Oscars. It's actually ideal. I wouldn't put that on my discus tank, not at all. Because I'd have to open and clean it too much and I'd blow the seals in no time. But on the Oscar tank, I could probably open it every 4 months. And that's better than 4 times a month. 4 times a year is better than 4 times a month. It'll last that way. So we'll use it here. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Consensus is always a nice thing when you're the guy like me who doesn't know what's going on, but so far, someone who definitely knows these fish thinks Bruce is a girl, which means Bruce needs a name change. Either a name change or some of that hormone therapy they got going on out there. I think we'll just go with the straight up name change because I don't want to call. Well, we could call the girl Bruce, I suppose. But we'll see. I'll put some thought into it. But what do you think? Is Bruce a boy or is Bruce a girl? Well, it's a fin action there. And then, for those who have the eyes for it, is my little one a boy or a girl? Get a better side view. Because I'd really like to have one of each. And I got to stop the video because it's gone for too long. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day.